Iceland volcano eruption. It allows to scroll back in time to see the whole eruption so far, many hours. One particularly interesting moment is when the fountaining generated a pyroclastic flow-glowing avalanche from the new SE crater during the peak of phase. It can be seen in the recorded webcam video below. Suddenly, part of the lava flow and accumulated hot material mobilizes into an avalanche on the eastern fissure and quickly descends the flank, reaching more than 1 kilometer length. It may have come after the longest yet interval, 4.5 days, almost double the previous average, since the previous lava fountaining episode, but it made up for it by lasting more than twice as long, the 16th paroxysm from Etna's new SE crater in only 5 weeks' time, which had started in the late evening, lasted through the whole night and essentially still goes on. After being more or less completely silent for several days, the new SE crater started again Strombolian activity from around 8 p.m. local time, and this activity quickly began to increase as we had already observed in our previous updates yesterday evening. From around 11 p.m., the explosions merged into sustained lava fountaining, from which point on it the eruption is commonly called a paroxysm. Instead of its peak phase lasting only 1 to 2 hours as during most previous eruptions, it continued for almost 5 hours. Only after 3:30 a.m., the intensity of the eruption dropped a bit. However, again different from most previous episodes, the intensity of activity did not drop quickly to low levels, but has since remained at still high levels. As of the time of this post, around 7 a.m., the eruptive is still going on strongly, with vigorous Strombolian explosions from the new SE crater and continued lava effusion. Kliuchskoye is Kamchatka's highest and most active volcano. Since its origin about 6,000 years ago, the beautifully symmetrical, 4835 m high basaltic stratovolcano has produced frequent moderate volume explosive and effusive eruptions without major periods of inactivity. Kliuchskoye rises above a saddle ney of sharp-peaked Cayman volcano and lies SE of the broad Ushkovsky Massif. More than 100 flank eruptions have occurred at Kliuchskoye during the past roughly 3,000 years, with most lateral craters and cones occurring along radial fissures between the unconfined ney to SE flanks of the conical volcano between 500 meters and 3,600 meters elevation. KVERT reported that the Strombolian eruption from vents on Kliuchskoye's lower NW flank continued during the 12th to the 19th of March, but then gradually declined. Kamchatka Volcanological Station scientists visited the eruption site on the 16th of March and already observed decreased activity. A small lava flow effused from a vent at the W base of the cone and lava flowed from the N side. Every few seconds material was ejected as high as 100 meters above the cone's rim. On the 22nd of March, the cinder cone was weakly incandescent and lava effusion continued to be observed in webcam images. The temperature of the thermal anomaly identified in satellite data also significantly decreased. As mentioned in the last update, the effusive explosive activity of the volcano has continued at decreasing trend. According to KVERT, the flank to lateral eruption on the northwestern slope began to cease gradually. The constant glowing steam and the active lava flow from the cinder cone continue to be observed, but at significantly lesser intensity that indicates gradually decreasing activity. According to Yuri Demyanchik from the Volcanological Observatory in Kliuchi, the effusive explosive activity of the volcano slowed down. Flank to lateral eruption continues at the volcano as summit vent produces passive emissions of steam and ash, while the near-constant spattering on the northwest fissure vent forms actively growing cinder, scoria, cone at an altitude of 2,800 meters. Phreatic explosions continue from the cinder cone in interaction with snow, ice and lava in the area of Erman Glacier, generating a gas steam plumes with minor amount of ash drifted SW. The flank to lateral effusive explosive eruption at the volcano continues at moderate levels on the northwestern flank. A new cinder has formed around the NW fissure vents and continues to grow with current height of 54 meters and width of 101 meters. Actively growing cinder cone generates a scoria incandescent material that is ejected to an approximate height of 50 meters above the crater and causes phreatic explosions at the contact with lava, ice and snow in the area of Erman Glacier. The morphology of its 700-meter-wide summit crater has been frequently modified by historical eruptions, which have been recorded since the late 17th century. Historical eruptions have originated primarily from the summit crater, but have also included numerous major explosive and effusive eruptions from flank craters.